Okay, so now our leadership lesson has been prepared by Tori, Emily, Anthony, and Emily. We'll learn about the use of Twitter as a tool to build our professional learning network. So guys, the stage is yours.
So I think we're gonna skip this part. I have 3 slides before Tori and Emily, so I'm gonna just mention this. On this slide, when you access, everyone has access to the slides, just type your Twitter handle or Twitter account in front of your name so we have them, because the idea is that we all follow each other. And I think we are gonna get some ideas on how we can create a list, and it's not so many accounts that you have to be checking regularly, but you can check the list. So just complete that as you continue here today. And this is basically how Twitter looks. This was our task for tonight, creating your account if you didn't have one. Update your cover image, your profile picture, have a public name, a Twitter handle, something that you like, that is something that represents you. Add your bio data, a short, very brief bio there, and other information that is in this on Twitter is your location and your joining date. So, and also the people you are following and the followers that you have. So as you can see, I started using Twitter in 2016. I'm a baby Twitter, so I'm excited. I'm learning as I go, and I see, and I moved from being a stalker, just looking what everyone else was doing, to start tweeting and doing some more things and interacting in chats and things. So this was the task. So everyone should have the handle. Twitter calls it Twitter handle because they want to be cool, but it's just your Twitter account and your images and all that information. And here, very quickly, the anatomy of a tweet. So the team are going to talk about some of this in detail. So here is the information that you have when you tweet something, the links that you can add, the hashtags. They're going to talk about this, different images that you can add. You can add links. You can add afterwards comments. You can retweet, like, or send a direct message to the Twitterer, or you can tag people using their Twitter handles, and then you also have the date. So these are very specific details about what a tweet has. For those of you who are not very familiar with Twitter, I know most of you are, so I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but go back if you need to check this. The slide is there. And let me go to the next one. I think this is Emily.
Yes, so on this slide, I wanted to talk about Twitter as a professional learning network, because I know some of you may have used Twitter in the past for personal or just, keeping up with things and the news and things like that. But really, for me, Twitter has become a really powerful source of professional development. And I've tagged all of these people. So if you click on their names there with the @ like @ton ELL Classroom, for example, then that will take you to their Twitter page and you can follow them. So these are just some of my personal Twitter heroes that are just fantastic in the world of ESL, and they really provide a lot of good professional development, absolutely free on Twitter, that is just there for you whenever you want it. The nice thing about Twitter is, while some professional development you have to be there in real time, it's kind of a slow chat opportunity. You can chime in when you have the opportunity. So, and we're going to talk more about that in a second, how you can follow particular hashtags and see what conversations are transpiring within that group. So these are just some of the ones that I would highly recommend that you follow. So when you follow a hashtag on Twitter, you can see anything anybody shares. So for example, hashtag LChat Book Club is one that I've followed for a few years now. And that one, they do book studies. I know someone had mentioned being interested in us doing a book study. They do book studies all throughout the year, even in the summertime. And so they'll tell you ahead of time what book they're going to be using. And some of you are already in that group, I know, because I've seen you guys there. But they'll tell you what the book is, and you purchase the book and, you know, take a little selfie with your book, kind of connect with the community, and then become a part of that. And someone facilitates the conversation and poses questions throughout the week. So you have the opportunity to read the book, chime in, and kind of have your own book study. But again, as I said, it's on your own time when it's convenient for you. So those are live links as well, the hashtag LChat Book Club and the NCL. So those are some that you may want to check out when you have time. And those are things that I'll a lot of times tag when I'm posting on my personal Twitter, because I want them to see what I'm saying. So that's another way you build your community and get followers and kind of connect with other professionals who are in the same field as you. If you guys are like me, it can be kind of isolating to be an ESL teacher, because a lot of times we're itinerant and traveling and we don't really have a home within our schools sometimes. And so this is a way to build that community. And Tori, I think this is you, right?
Yeah, and I went back to one of your slides where building your online PLN, and where I saw you say develop your online PLN, I actually linked into the digital learning competencies where that is part of digital leadership. So I just wanted to throw that in there, that when you do this, this is actually part of, this could be an artifact for your evaluation, or for when you're sort of thinking about ways that you're building your digital learning competencies, also in addition to your content area. So, you know, it's hard to sort of put something together not knowing like the depth that people already participate in Twitter. So I just wanted to include some ways that I try to make it manageable with my colleagues. And we use a lot of hashtags for our school. You'll see a lot of hashtags for schools. That's sort of their branding, and it's part of telling their story. It also makes it a lot easier for when I was trying to put this slide together. I knew that my partner teacher here, Kirsten, had done this project with students, and by using the hashtag, our school hashtag, I was able to just look for it. So hashtags are an easy way to not just follow topics, but also follow things that it's almost Googleable in a way. So there's also an article there that I share with my staff about why it's important to tell your story. And as she's talking about how isolating it could be to be like, you know, one person among many schools, or maybe you're the only person. We also have a tendency to sometimes only have like 0.5 of a person, and those people sometimes don't feel a part of the community that's like at a school day to day. This is a way to draw them in to also build that. And then if we go to the next one, I'm also parallel, like looking at the slides, so I know what I'm talking about ahead of time. Tagging individuals to interact on the next one. So this is another example of like, if you tag somebody in your tweet, you sort of never really know where that's gonna go. So this was a whole process using BrainPop, and these English learners made their own rock cycle movie and BrainPop movie. And then we ended up tagging somebody from BrainPop. She saw it, responded to it, and then there was a conversation to her ultimately agreeing to Skype with the students. So it gave them an authentic reason to like come up with questions for her. What do you wonder about BrainPop? What do you wonder about the job she got? And it was just amazing that it all started with a tweet. And people are really open to talking about their products that they use, you know, their digital products, but they're also happy to engage with actual kids. And then the thing that I find most overwhelming about Twitter is just the live stream feed. Like, it's constant, you miss stuff. So one of the ways that I like to organize stuff is by lists. And I've actually, if anybody had their Twitter handle already on the bio document, I made a list of us already. And so these are clickable. Like, if you click on that box on the create or subscribe to declutter your list, on slide 18, you can click on that and you can see like someone else who has created a list, and then you can just subscribe to it. Or you could create your own list and then other people can subscribe to it. And I have a tendency to make my lists about like, I went to this conference and then I know that I met those people there, or I'm interested in this topic. It's a subtopic of something, then it's just so much more manageable. And then the tweets that are a part of that list are just from those people, as opposed to everybody in the world who's tweeting at one time. Because I really just needed to make like something make more sense than I don't understand why I'm seeing about what somebody ate that morning. Like I'm not really interested in that. I'm here for a different purpose. So I put my list together and I'm really strategic about it. And sometimes like if I have free time at the doctor's office, I'll just go and check on my DPI list. What's going on at DPI? Check on my ELL list. And now I've got, of course, this NCELT's list. So it's really just like once you're in there and you're doing stuff, it's a matter of like, how do I make this work for me? So lists are helpful for me. And then when there's like something going on like chat, the next slide is all about TweetDeck and the you can line up your columns to like follow multiple things at once. So I encourage everybody to sort of explore at your own pace, and then when you're ready to like take the next step, we're obviously here to support you in that. You could just go on for like hours about this, but I'm certainly not going to read to you. But I'm happy to help anybody organize in addition to participating.
Tori, if I hit subscribe, that means
Yes.
that we'll be able to see your list and follow.
Yes.
Okay, so we all should just subscribe instead of follow, or we have to follow?
You can do both, because you see like on that list at the time, or that you've clicked on it, so that's your live thing. Like you could see who follows you, but you don't follow them yet. You could go ahead and click and follow them at the same time.
I don't want to. Okay, yes. Awesome. I see.
Yeah.
And then if
Yeah.
I subscribe.
And you subscribe, then once you do that, if you go over to the left where it's your list, then you'll see, you'll just see your list pop up, and this will be one of them. Yep. So you haven't created any left yet, but you are subscribed to one.
All right.
And then it's just easier it's just an organizational thing. But you can see that you're a member of all those other people's lists.
I know, I'm so popular. Haha. All right. Should I go back to the slides?
That's all I have for you. Everybody else can continue.
Okay. I think it's Emily with Twitter extension.
Yes. So when I saw that Tori had posted about TweetDeck, I thought that it might be helpful if you guys were aware of Chrome extensions if you weren't already. So if you haven't used a Chrome extension, you can go to the Chrome's App Store and just download it, and it adds it. You can see in the screen where up in the corner, like the right-hand corner, she's got a lot of extensions already that you can see on the screen. So TweetDeck is one of those extensions that way, instead of having to go and find that site and log in and all that, you just click on the extension and it automatically pops up. So I just linked you guys to that as a resource. And in addition, the Twitter extension is another one. If you're not using TweetDeck and just want a regular Twitter extension, that is linked as well. And there are apps for TweetDeck on Mac devices, iPads, any of those, but I just linked to the Chrome ones because I know that we use a lot of Google Chrome tools with education, and thought that that might be a helpful resource for you guys.
All right. So we had some slides about how to use Twitter as an instructional tool, but Anthony had to leave and he said he was going to record this. I'm going to share that recording when I post this recording. So we're going to finish with this. We are going to co-host a Twitter chat on September 24th at 8 p.m. with the English Language Arts team at the department. And they call this, I don't know if you guys have seen their ELA scoop for this summer. It was great because they titled it English Learners Achieve, and they share the 12 instructional strategies, and they share a lot of resources because everything was focusing on how to support English learners. So it was really neat, and they said that based on that work, they want to host this Twitter, and we, ESL, we're gonna work with them and answer the questions